Today, we're looking at 10 classic cars for sale, from project Mustangs to fully built performance machines. Let's find the hidden gems. Car number 1, Shelby Cobra, Factory 5 MK3, $57,900, Hilton, New York.
All right, we're not easing into this one. We're going straight into something wild. This Shelby Cobra replica, Factory 5 MK3, is one of those cars that doesn't just sit there, it demands attention. Small body, huge presence. Finished clean and simple, with just about 2,500 miles since rebuild, this thing is basically a fresh build. Now, let's talk about what really matters, the engine. This Cobra is packing a 408 cubic inch V8, pushing over 500 horsepower. And it's not just thrown together. You've got Edelbrock ProFlow 4 fuel injection, Scat crank and rods, Icon pistons, AFR heads, solid roller cam setup. This is a properly built motor. Out back, it's running an 8.8 rear end with 3.73 gears, paired with Yukon axles. That's a solid, reliable setup for something this light. And remember, this car weighs way less than most modern muscle cars. You've also got disc brakes all around, new Nitto tires, upgraded fuel system. The seller makes it very clear, this thing runs and drives great. And yeah, they're not entertaining lowball offers. This is one of those cars where the performance per dollar is just insane. Car number 2, Superformance Shelby 427 Cobra, $154,999, Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Now, if the first Cobra was serious, this one is next level. This Superformance Shelby 427 Cobra is about as close as most people will ever get to the real deal. With just over 3,000 miles, this is a very fresh, high-end build, and it shows. Under the hood, you've got a custom-built Ford Racing 427 V8, making around 560 to 570 horsepower. But here's what makes it stand out. It's running a Borla 8-stack fuel injection system. And if you've never seen one in person, it looks absolutely insane. 8 individual throttle stacks sticking up, it's pure race car energy. Now, combine that with a car that weighs around 2,300 pounds, yeah, you can imagine what that feels like. This one also comes fully loaded. Blackout package, side pipes, trim, details, carbon fiber dash, diamond-stitched leather interior, custom badging. The build took over a year to complete, and it shows in every detail. This isn't just a replica. This is a high-end collector-level Cobra build.
Car number 3, 1965 Ford Shelby Daytona Replica, $150,000, Long Beach, New York. Now this is something you don't see every day. A 1965 Shelby Daytona Coupe replica, finished in gray with a black interior. And just look at the shape of this thing. Low, aggressive, aerodynamic. This car was designed to dominate tracks back in the 60s. And this one? It keeps that spirit alive, but with a modern twist. Under the hood sits a 6.2-liter LS3 V8, pushing around 430 horsepower. That's reliable, modern power in a vintage, race-inspired body. It's paired with an automatic transmission, which actually makes it more usable if you're planning to drive it regularly. The seller keeps it simple, built to last. And honestly, that's what this feels like. This is not just a car. It's a conversation piece, something you bring to a show and people immediately walk over. Car number 4, 1967 Ford Mustang Coupe, $15,500, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. All right, let's bring it back down to earth for a second. This 1967 Mustang Coupe is simple, clean, and honest. finished in green on green, which is actually a pretty cool vintage combo. Under the hood, it's running a straight 6 engine. Not a V8, not a race car, just a classic, reliable cruiser. Automatic transmission, clean title, no major issues reported. And honestly, that's the appeal here. This is the kind of Mustang you buy if you just want to cruise, enjoy the classic feel, and not worry about managing big horsepower. At $15,500, this sits at a really accessible entry point into classic car ownership. Car number 5, 1966 Shelby Cobra 302 Supercharged, $75,000, Newmarket, Maryland. And now, we're ending strong. This 1966 Shelby Cobra replica, Factory 5 MK1, might be one of the most over-the-top builds in this lineup. Let's start with the basics. 302 V8, fuel injected, supercharged. And then, yeah, it also has nitrous. With a purge valve coming out of the fender, this thing is not subtle. It's running a mild setup at around 7 psi boost plus a 50-75 shot of nitrous. But keep in mind, this car only weighs around 2,200 pounds, so even mild here is still ridiculously fast. Transmission is a T5 manual, which makes it way more engaging to drive. The seller even says this is the nicest replica they've seen, and based on the details, rare wheels, same style as Eleanor Mustang, perfect condition inside and out, turnkey ready, it's hard to argue. This is one of those cars where every drive feels like an event. Car number 6, 1965 Ford Mustang V8, $9,800, Plainview, New York. All right, let's start with something real. No hype, no fluff. Just a classic Mustang that's been in the same family for over 40 years. This 1965 Mustang comes in black on black, but originally it was green, which actually gives you some interesting options if you ever decide to restore it back to factory spec. Under the hood, you've got a 289 V8 paired with a 3-speed automatic, and yes, it even has factory AC, which is not something you see every day on these early cars. Now here's the deal. This car runs well. The seller has already replaced a ton of important stuff. Holley carb, fuel system components, brakes, ignition parts. So mechanically, it's in a solid place. But cosmetically, it needs love. There's rust in the usual areas, lower doors, floor pans, and it needs paint and some interior work. Heater core is bypassed too. This is not a finished car. This is a perfect entry-level project with a running V8. And at under 10K, that's getting harder to find.
Car number 7, 1965 Ford Mustang Premium Coupe, $19,250, St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Now this is what happens when someone actually puts time and heart into a build. This 1965 Mustang Coupe has been completely rebuilt, and it's been in the same family long enough to come with a full binder of receipts and history, which is always a great sign. It's powered by a high-performance 289 V8 with a 4-speed manual, and that alone already makes it more engaging than most. The seller is honest. It's not a show car, but that's actually what makes it appealing. Mechanically, it's solid. The work is done. It just lacks power steering and power brakes, and cosmetically, there are a few imperfections. Interior is clean overall, just a small tear on the driver's seat. This is what you'd call a true driver's classic, something built to be used, not just polished. Car number 8, 1969 Chevrolet Corvette C3, $35,500, Sanford, North Carolina.
Now we're stepping into something a little more serious. This 1969 Corvette C3 Coupe is a numbers-matching survivor, and that matters a lot. Finished in rally red with a black interior and those iconic T-tops, this is exactly what people picture when they think late 60s Corvette. Under the hood sits the original 350 V8, making 300 horsepower, paired with a Muncie 4-speed manual. And the seller went deep into detail, which is always a good sign. Correct carburetor, quadrajet, properly rebuilt, matching casting numbers, original components verified. That's collector-level attention. On top of that, the car has fresh paint, restored interior, updated suspension with modern bushings and Bilstein shocks. So you're getting originality with improved drivability. No rust, clean Oklahoma history, and recently detailed with ceramic coating. This is one of those cars that sits right in the sweet spot between collector piece and usable classic.
Car number 9. 1966 Shelby Cobra Replica, 351 V8, $37,995, Champlain, New York. All right, let's change the energy. This Shelby Cobra Replica is all about raw driving experience. Silver with black interior, low miles, and powered by a 351 V8 paired with a 5-speed Tremec manual. This is exactly how a Cobra should feel. Lightweight, loud, and quick. It's equipped with Willwood disc brakes, leather interior, Kenwood sound system, and the seller calls it show quality, which suggests it's clean both inside and out. This is one of those cars where you don't just drive it, you experience it. No roof, no distractions, just engine, road, and noise. Car number 10, 1965 Mustang Fastback, Shelby Tribute, $77,500, Durham, North Carolina. And now, easily one of the most detailed builds in this lineup. This 1965 Mustang Fastback Shelby Tribute has been built from the ground up, and the parts list is serious. Engine, 302 roller block, GT40 heads, Holley carb, Ford Motorsport cam. Transmission, 5-speed manual, T5. Rear, 3.55 posi. Suspension and chassis upgrades are everywhere. Subframe connectors, torque boxes, Shelby drop, adjustable suspension components. And visually, Shelby hood, side scoops, GT350 styling, white with blue stripes. Inside, it's fully redone with pony interior, new wiring, gauges, everything. This isn't just a tribute. It's basically a modernized Shelby-style build with under 500 miles since completion.
All right, your turn. Which one would you actually buy? Project Mustang, Clean Corvette, or that Shelby Tribute build? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more classic cars for sale, hit like and subscribe. We've got more coming.